What's up, guys? Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, and we are back with more LEGO DC Supervillains. This happens to be level 7. Oh, no! Free play. So this one is going to have a little bit of extra stuffs in it. We're actually going to go round up a red brick or two that we have already collected. We're actually going to purchase them and activate them. And so, yeah, to start things off, here we are in the hub world. We've got two of our favorites. In fact, keep in mind that old Two-Face is going to do something a little bit awesome here in a bit. We're going to have a little showcase of the old Two-Face. But yes, keep in mind we do have quick links down below in the video description if you already have these red bricks purchased or maybe just don't want to partake. But hey, check this out. If you go to the extras in your menu and actually click on a red brick that's available to purchase, it will ask you if you want to fast travel to the red brick research room, which is actually a quite familiar room. We've seen this in one of the other story-based levels towards the end. And look at this. We've got a couple available that we think would be useful. One is going to be the collect guide studs, which only works in free roam at this point if we set a GPS waypoint marker. However, that attract studs is going to help suck in, that's right, all them studs that are locally by us and hopefully stack up them totals and get them true villains a little bit easier. Now, I want to point out, too, that in this area, I tried to do this once before, and my game kind of glitched out on me. As I was coming towards the front side of the screen here, it wouldn't activate the leaving text. And what I mean by that is once you get to a certain point here, it says, if you leave, your progress in this area will be lost. It wasn't doing that for me, so I had to contact Tyler and be like, dude, what's going on? And he pretty much laughed at me and told me I was noobing it up and told me just to walk towards the front of the screen. But I even have video footage of me running 3 circles around that room and not having any escape. So if that happens, you might have to quit the game. But just know that we loaded right back in and everything was just fine. So, hey, we've gone ahead and selected, oh no, level 7 free play. And here we are. We've removed all the cutscenes. And as per usual, we've sped things up ever so slightly. Now, this is a level that requires 120,000 studs. Now, you guys in the chat are actually telling me that there are a couple of spots that might yield you some extra studs in certain levels. However, I'm not sure I found one here, but I did find kind of a fail-safe solution to help us out. So I go around and I pretty much take everything out. You probably don't need to do that, but you might want to. And to start things off with the collectibles, we're actually going after the red brick for combat confetti. Probably not a very useful one, but still kind of fun. So we'll go ahead and nail it anyways, because we got to get this to complete the level and get that gold brick. But basically, you're going to want to use your scan ability with somebody like Batman, which reveals a grapple plug. You saw that I've already ripped that plug out, and it has brought in this little floating platform with a couple of things to blow up and smash. Bang and boom. And look at that. Left behind is a red brick and some green sludge. Ugh. We'll go ahead and jump into that and immediately switch to another character so that we don't get dead. That's right. That green sludge. I'm sure there's a character or two that can walk through that and be immune to it, but I wasn't trying to figure that out right now. I was simply trying to make my way along with this journey. Now, as it turns out, we have some stuff that's all story related right here. All of this could probably be avoided. However, you know, I'll leave it up to you because it's a matter of whether or not you got the true villain. You might have some red bricks that I don't or something, or maybe you already got the true villain in the story. Whatever the case may be, it's up to you whether you want to use the quick links or do some of this story-based stuff. I personally, like I said, I found, let me just tell you what I found. When I played this level the first time, I actually made it all the way to the end, and I didn't get true villain. So I came back and I redid the level, and I actually got pretty much to the end and was like 10,000 short again. So I thought, okay, I'm really close. I'm going to go get that attract studs red brick. So I went and I did that, and then when I came back with the attract studs, I actually remembered that there is a spot that I had skipped in my first 2 attempts where we get to absorb the orbs. That actually pays you quite nicely, so definitely something to think about. Now, hey, next up, we've got a mini kit here. There are 4 of these floating green lantern posters. We're going to show you where they all are, and I highly recommend using somebody like Sinestro so you can fly through the air and target things whilst in the air. So you can see the first one was right to the right of the starting platform. The second one is actually right in the middle between the 2 giant columns. And then the third one is actually also in the middle, but just up higher. So you got one high and one low, basically right in the middle of the level. And then over on the far right side, we actually find the last one. Now, I do want to note that I made a big mistake. My first time through playing this level, I was able to quickly get all 4 of these and secure that annoying alarm sound. That has got to be one of the most annoying sounds ever. And if you trigger it, it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And as you can see here, I actually muted my TV while I was recording this because I actually had to hear this not once but twice because I messed up on the first one and the second time. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get this 4th and final poster on the far right, but we had to wait for those guys to kind of come in, and the cavalry, so to speak. And look at that, we pop that balloon and send it a pack in, and booyakashow, it smacks into the wall and gives us our first of 5 mini kits. Look at these guys are spinning to win. I've never seen them do that before. That was kind of weird. Go ahead and take all these guys out. Try to get your multiplier up as well as, although there is that absorb of the orbs down below, it is not a guarantee that it's going to give you 120k or anything crazy like that. So if you definitely get a multiplier up, try to get as many studs as possible. 'Cause I just don't want you guys to be missing out or have to return and replay this level later with some red bricks or even without the red bricks, just having to replay it. So, all right, let's go ahead and take care of this alarm now that we've got that all 4 of those posters dealt with. And it's actually this removal of the alarm is going to lead to our next mini kit as well. So, got to get them all. Choose a character with the strength ability to go ahead and rip off the strong handles, which reveals a dark room and a bunch of baddies. So apparently they can see better in the dark than we can. I don't know. I kind of think of Riddick. Ooh, there's a thought. I know I've brought that up before, but like, think of like the Chronicles of Riddick and like Pitch Black, and that would be a fun Lego series too. Like, I still think there needs to be like a Lego universe. Like, we already have Lego Worlds, right? But if we had Lego Universe or Lego Multiverse or something like that, you could have one core hub that has kind of like links to other worlds, and you know, it could start off with like 3 different properties, like maybe Lego Marvel, Lego DC, and maybe Lego Hanna-Barbera or something like that. And then you start bringing in like Universal Studios, Disney Pixar, you know, things like that. And each one of those could, you know, downloadable content that you purchase that would open up new areas. Like, I just think that would be so awesome, and we could touch on all these areas and all these different IPs that people want to seize. That being said, I am not very important, and I don't have a lot of clout when it comes to Lego games, so unfortunately, we will probably never see something like that. But, all right, we have gone ahead and used the Scarecrow to light things up in the dark and actually solved that slider puzzle, which has now removed the security threat and actually took down the drone and crashed it into that wall over there, which is going to give us access to not only our next mini kit, but the Absorb the Orb station as well. So take out the remaining couple of baddies if they're still floating around, and then fly your little Tookus right on over there. And now we're going to need to go ahead and put out some fire. But we also have some guys still harassing us over here, so apparently the threat is still real. They're worried that we're going to get in and take their stuffs, which, spoiler alert, we are. That's our whole goal. So this was a little bit of a lengthy mini kit as far as the process goes. I probably should have sped this up a little bit more as far as my urgency here, but we want to put out the fire and make it into this new computer room here. And instead of stepping up to that terminal and absorbing the orbs, we're going to want to take somebody with the silver brick breaking ability and smash open this computer terminal. It's another terminal that'll allow us to get our hack on. So we're going to switch to somebody who can get oh so small, like me. Hello, it's me again, HTG Brian. I gotta admit, this has been pretty fun having my own character running through here. Like, that's something that I've never done before. I'm not really into the dress up or, you know, create a character kind of stuffs. This was different and new for me, but I'm actually quite enjoying it. Not only because it showcases our character, it allowed me to put my HTG Brian in, which all custom characters are nameable. So I might have to start doing that. That might be part of the new plan, especially if they're going to allow me to use special abilities like they did in this one. And even in Lego The Incredibles, we were able to create superheroes with powers in that one too, which was kind of cool. All right, absorb the orbs, and you can see we're stacking up some chips. Look at that. We almost got 100K, which is way better than I had done on the first 2 attempts playing this level. So if you're running short on studs, definitely make sure you absorb the orbs as that will give you a whole bunch of blues and should give you a little bit of boost. All right, now, hey, we've got this giant gold icon over here. It's a lantern icon. We'll go ahead and melt that down as a bunch of blues come puking out of that, too. Now, we also have some buildable bricks that can build up into this switch, which opens up the bridge to get our characters from the very beginning over here, but our guys are already here, or our guy in this case. But a couple of studs floating around out there, too, if you're that close and needing a few extra. But I'm going to go ahead and switch to a flying character and go up top. Now, up at the top of this, now you can use the elevator. There's definitely a way to get up there. And there's also a grate that you can slip through that will take you up top. But once we get up top, regardless of how you choose to get up here, we'll go ahead and smash all these boxes and reveal a poster spot. Now, remember in the intro, I was talking about Two-Face and saying he's going to have kind of a little showcase later? Well, as it turns out, you guys down in the video description are leaving some comments below for me, and you're telling me that we have some other characters that can do these posters. So I figured I would go ahead and put a few of them to use, starting with Two-Face. Now, I put a filter on, and I thought, ooh, this dark one is kind of nice, but it's actually really dark, huh? But regardless, we've got that checked off, and next up, we've got a Minikit, which happens to be right here on this same platform. So switch to a character with the digging ability, somebody like Cheetah. Look at them claws go! We actually reveal a bunch of buildable bricks that turn into another switch. Go ahead and step on that bad boy, but watch your step after that, as it's going to build some new little platforms we can jump out onto. And it won't build the next platform until you land on the most recently created one. Now, I found that you can jump too early, which actually took a handful of studs away from me, too. So, definitely, oh no, pay attention to that. But, oh, luckily, I dropped down below and was able to swoop up a few of those that I had missed or lost in the first falling. All right, go ahead and fly, jump, whatever, back up top, collect that mini kit, and let's go ahead and move on to the character token, which at some point during this story, you're going to have to go ahead and manipulate Buddy up in this room with a little bit of mind control. So let's go ahead and step on this other switch right here on this same platform, which is going to build up our pathway up to this guy. Once we get up there, we're going to switch to a character like the Riddler to go ahead and use that mind control. But instead of solving the color puzzle here on the ground, we're actually going to flip the switch on the left, which activates this crazy sunbeam on the right side of this tower. It actually shines down below and destroys a lantern icon that we couldn't destroy before and leaves behind some buildable bricks. Now, you probably could go ahead and solve that color puzzle there, but we're going to go ahead and switch to a character with the flying ability, drop down there, and swoop up our character token for Simon Boz? I'm not sure how to say his name. But we'll go ahead and build this up. This is actually going to give us a reflection point that we can go ahead and hop on with somebody like Wonder Woman. And let's see here. We'll go ahead and charge up. We got a power node over there. It's a little different than the traditional ones. So we'll go ahead and aim it right at the center there and pump it up. That's right. It's going to go ahead and overload and open it up, and bleh, it pukes out a character token for us. Well, I guess it doesn't. It opens it up and leaves it for us. So we'll take that. Thank you very much. Now we got to go back up top, and of course, I don't think we actually have to manipulate him. To be honest with you, yep, that's right. I'm realizing that right now. We're going to go ahead and play a little game of musical characters and move over to the far right side where we need to follow the clue. I totally got a clue. Anybody remember that? That was a pretty funny episode of a show I used to watch all the time. I haven't watched in probably, 5 years. But if you guys know, that'd be funny. Put it down below. I totally got a clue. You might even be able to Google that. It might pop up. But it was totally a parody on an old, kind of like an early CIS show, way before the CISs were around. So, all right, we have followed the old tracker path here to a spot that requires a little bit of telekinesis. Now, I pulled out Gorilla Grodd. You could use your custom character among others too. Whichever one you choose is fine by me. Go ahead and manipulate these pieces on the ground to make the lantern icon, which will give us our fourth and final mini kit for this area. So, hey, Thumbie, thanks for the helpful tip. Don't forget, we do have quick links down below. And as it turns out, there is only one mini kit left. It happens to be for mini kit number 5. So if you're in a hurry, or maybe you just want to check that out right now, go ahead and use that quick link to get there quickly. Haha. All right, so I made a boo-boo here. I needed to smash this cracked wall before I switched to Scarecrow and picked up those items, because unfortunately, those items are not capable of being held onto unless you're the actual character at hand. And in this case, it happens to be Scarecrow. So get your smash on and reveal the pumpkin That's right, we're going to go ahead and do some pumpkin dunking here in a minute. Grab that spider and that skeleton too, and we'll go ahead and make our way back over to this floating pad, and that's right. Oh, that's right, we got a few things to smash as we still haven't looked at, oh, villain! I'll have to get that snippet so I can show you guys. I know I was talking about that in another video, but you guys might want to hear that little villain. I don't know, maybe you guys don't care. Nobody said anything down in the chat yet, so we'll have to wait and see about that. Once you've got your stinky potion concoction all ready to go, step over to the vents, deploy the fear spray, and watch him bounce around. And it's kind of like me after watching a scary movie in the dark. Like I know the dark doesn't make a difference, but somehow mentally it does. I definitely have to have all lights on when watching scary movies. Now look at this, all three of these guys run right in front of me until I melt them. So they all get melted with some of that electricity from Livewire. But she opens the door, we go ahead and make our way inside, and it actually takes us away to the final boss battle. Well, it takes us to a cutscene, but we remove that, as you guys know. And there's the power ring. You might have noticed the old thumbnail there too, but he calls in some of his friends, and we're not really worried about that, though. In fact, we're not even going to pay attention to any of these guys. We're going to pull out Batman, and we're going to use his silver brick breaking ability, as well as his twirly pole. Yeah, that's right. He's got the agility ability. First, we're going to destroy both of the silver boxes. Each one of these boxes has a button that is time-related, so definitely move quick. Flip them both and then get your jump on, because there are a series of twirly poles that we need to hit that button. So my best piece of advice here, as this is time, is to literally tap that X button or jump button, whichever platform you're playing on. For us, it's X. You know, it might be A, something else on the PC as well as the Switch. But you just want to move. I kind of point in the general direction of the next twirly pole too. So if it's over to the right, I'm pushing right. I kind of make a full circle though as I go all the way around with these twirly poles. Now you might want to build that lantern pad up just to get it out of your way. But if not, get on with your spin on and try not to get your pukage going too. That's a little bit too much. I know for me, I would be so nauseous, but the goal is you got to spin around in time to get all of them lit up, and then once you do, look at that. We've got the final Minikit in the middle. So we've officially collected all of the collectibles, and yet we still have like 3 minutes left in this video. I know. I really wish back in the day we would have started all of our videos with the save and exit, because I feel like that would be a more efficient method for us. However, I know that a lot of you guys are used to watching these videos to kind of complete the level and maybe remind you of what needs to be done. Because sometimes even I will get to the end of the level and I'll get all the collectibles and then I'm like, wait a minute. How do I finish this level up? And full disclosure, I've even had to go back and watch some of my story videos. Yeah, it's bad sometimes, especially in some of the lengthier projects, like, for example, Lego The Incredibles. That was it just took us forever. We had a lot of stuff going on in real life, in RL, and you know, I just didn't have the amount of time each day that I wanted or needed in order to make good ground on that project. So it took me like 3 months to actually get, I don't know how many videos there were, like 75 or something like that, but that is just not the ideal time frame. So you know, anyhow, if we could speed these up a little bit, that might be good, but I don't want to disappoint you guys. So I need kind of like a general consensus, like everybody, the majority needs to be kind of on board with skipping those before I do. And I've got a handful of comments in the last 2 days that have said save and exit. So we might be leaning that way. I haven't had anybody say, no, keep the format. So we'll just wait and see. You guys tell me down below. And to be completely honest with you, we will probably finish out this playlist the way we're doing it. But for future playlists, that's what we're after. We'll probably do a poll. I know that YouTube recently added some options. I think polling is one of them. We'll maybe see if we can get a poll going with you guys and see what you guys really think and get some real feedback. Because, you know, a handful of you, like we got 90,000 plus subscribers. If I get 10 comments that says get rid of it, that's 10 comments, but I don't know if the other, you know, 89,990 people want, you know what I mean? So I want to try and please everybody, but at the same time, we know we cannot do that. So whatever the general majority votes are is probably what we'll stick with. So I don't know what was going on there. I feel like I needed to trigger the attacks there. I was doing a pretty good job of dodging them, and it just seemed to go on and on and on. So if you find yourself in that moment, maybe like let them attack you. even though you might lose a few studs or something. But look at how many studs I have, 214,000. So definitely not an issue now that I melted that gold lantern icon and absorbed all the orbs. Plus, I fought out pretty good here, and I did get up to a 10x multiplier at one point. So, you know, there's definitely some ways that you can gain that 120k, but hopefully it's not a pain in the tickets for you. Oh, ooh, big spider. That would definitely scare the bejesus out of me. I would not say, oh, and all the, no! I don't do well with spiders. I mean, I'm better than most, but I don't do well with them. And, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But we'll go ahead and wait for Buddy to get super dizzy, and then we'll finish him with one last pow right in the kisser, and that'll take us to the final totals, which, guess what? Here we are. The Daily Planet. Oh no, free play is now complete. We are getting back up there. We had 3 mil at one point, but we spent 600,000 on some red bricks at the beginning of this video. So we're making it back up there. We almost got that one red brick paid for just by completing this level. We got all 5 of those mini kits, which are going to build up into. Ooh, is that? I don't know if that's Green Lantern or Power Ring. That's awkward. You guys can tell me down below in the comments. Confetti. We'll have to check that out. I don't know. I'm sure it's like your guns are shooting out confetti. We'll have to check that out later, though. I'm not going to waste my money on that right now. Come on. But we got the poster location. We got all 4 gold bricks. And, of course, we unlocked the final character token for this level. It looks like the I'm pretty sure Power Ring is that picture up there, right? That's got to be Power Ring, because it looks like the character token down there. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for LEGO DC Supervillains Level 7. Oh, no. Free play. We got all them collectibles. We had fun doing it. We even picked up a couple of red bricks for usage as well. So, hey, guys, let us know what you think down below. If you guys want to see that extended stuff, or if you wanted to save and quit, whatever, you just let me know, and we'll make it happen. Or try to, anyways. But hey, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap things up for me. As always, until next time.